Recently, we found out that not only is Definitive Films producing a sequel to their TMNT documentary with a whole bunch of amazing content for the history of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but we also found out that they're going to be producing action figures as rewards in that Kickstarter, and with those, we're getting some official action figures for the creators of TMNT. And today, we've got an in-hand look at them. Let's check them out. Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan. Thank you for joining me for another video here on my channel. If you are new and you enjoy what you see here today, please consider hitting that subscribe button. That way you never miss out on any of my toy content just like this. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave me a comment down below. Now, if you haven't already seen my other video, make sure you put it on your watch list for after this, because recently the folks over at Definitive Films, who are behind the new Kickstarter for the TMNT Turtle Power 2 documentary, well, they sent me some amazing footage that came straight from the video camera of Peter Laird back when Laird and Eastman first met with Playmates toys to pitch the TMNT toy line that we all know and love. Now, in that video, I talked about how Definitive Films is also going to be producing some limited run action figures, brand new action figures of the creators themselves, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. And that is what today's video is about, because as we've only got a few days left on that Kickstarter, Definitive Films actually let me borrow some of the 3D printed prototypes for the Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird action figures. So without further ado, let's check them out. All right, so what we have here in front of us are 3D printed prototypes of the Playmates toy style versions of the Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird action figures. Now, when these actually go into production, for those who purchase these figures through the Kickstarter, those will actually be injection molded plastic action figures with articulation, just like your vintage TMNT toys. The 3D printed ones we have here were just sent over by Definitive Films so that we have something physical to look at, so we can get a good look at the sculpts. And if I bring in the tape measure here, you can see that the figures stand right at 4.5 inches tall, so they should fit right in with your vintage TMNT action figures. So let's go ahead and get a look at these guys, because I think the sculpts are incredibly fun here. First of all, like I said, they're done in that Playmates toy style. So they've sort of got that caricature type look to them. They're a little bit more squat. They definitely remind me of the Dick Tracy figures that were done by Playmates toys, but also we did have some humans in the line, you know, characters like April and Vernon and Irma and Byrne. So, you know, these look like they fit right in with those characters from that series. And what I think is really fun about it are all of the fun little details here. Because sure, you can look at this and you can definitely see a really awesome Kevin Eastman portrait there, the way he looked young Kevin Eastman with the mustache and the longer hair there. But I love all of the smaller little details that are worked into these sculpts, which is also a signature of classic Playmates toys. For example, like if we look over here on the side, you can see we do have like a little baby turtle sitting up on Kevin's shoulder there. Rolling around to the backside, you can see there's a rolled up piece of paper sticking out of his pocket. We've got a Casey Jones mask tucked into the back of his jeans there. And you'll even see that they've kind of got like the pre-posed legs there, where on the bottom, like sort of to balance him out, we've got a little TCRI canister, mutagen canister with some ooze leaking out of it, and another little baby turtle crawling on his foot. It's a really, really clever sculpt. I think all of those details are super fun. And Laird here is the same. Lots of great little details as well. So you can see he's got his nice open up button up shirt. There's some great little pins in the pocket there. I love this little turtle head like pin on his shirt. Look at that watch, like those classic computer watches. I love it. All the little buttons and the screen. I hope that's coming across there on video. It's really cool. It's very, very clever sculpt. Again, baby turtle sitting on his shoulder. He's got his glasses there. Ooze splatter over here. Another baby turtle on his foot. So you'll notice we got 4 baby turtles all together with both figures. And then on the back there, you can see the turtle shell emblem on the back of his shirt. And he's got a mutagen canister tucked into his back pockets, while the little detail underneath his foot is a slice of pizza with the cheese kind of stuck to the bottom of his foot, and it's all stretching out there. The sculpts are really, really well done here. I think they are gorgeous looking figures, and they certainly feel like classic Playmates toys, which I think is just so perfect for getting official Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird action figures, something that we can put in our collections alongside our vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like this. Let's go ahead and bring in some turtles here. And let's just do this real quick. I'll bring these guys right up in the front there. Here's Leo and Kevin, just so you can see what scale looks like there. Look at that, they look like they fit right in. They're just slightly taller than the turtles too, which I think is perfect because the turtles should be just a little bit shorter. But man, these are great. These are really, really great. To give you guys a better idea of what the articulation is going to look like on the final figure, Definitive Films also provided a few video files here that I can share with you guys that shows you some of those examples. So first of all, we've got this great kind of blown apart look at the figures just so you can see all of the pieces and how they're all going to fit together. But they also shot this great video of assembling a Kevin Eastman figure and demonstrating how the articulation functions on the figure. So you can kind of see the way all the pieces are going to lie and how everything's going to fit together for the final figures. And then the articulation will be very similar to what we see in the vintage TMNT toy line. So these really should fit right in with your vintage Ninja Turtles action figures. And then of course we've got some other shots showing these guys fully painted so you can see how bright and vibrant and colorful that they're gonna look. I can't wait to see how these turn out for the final figures. But for now, I think these are really, really fun sculpts. And I'm very happy that we had the opportunity to really get a good look at these in hand so we know what to expect. I think this is a great demonstration of the scale with these figures, how they're going to be sized in your hands, how they're going to size with your vintage Turtles figures, and I just overall think they're doing a great job with these. I think the sculpt is really, really fun here. So there you guys go, a hands-on look at the prototypes for the upcoming Playmates toy style versions of the Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird action figures. So these are part of that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Evolution, Mutation, and Reboot documentary Kickstarter. These are going to be like add-ons, so there's something that you can purchase through the Kickstarter itself. And one of the other things that's really important to bring up here is that there are two different versions of the Eastman and Laird action figures being offered. What we looked at in the video today are the Playmates toy style versions, but they're also doing versions of those two with more realistic modern proportions. So if you'd rather have the more realistic Eastman and Laird, you can get those, or you can get these, or you can do both. They're both going to be available as add-ons through the Kickstarter and with the backer kit that's going to follow it. So definitely make sure you guys head on over there and check it out. I'm going to link to it in the video description below. The Kickstarter has already met its funding goal, so it's definitely happening. So if it looks like something you might be interested in, you should definitely head over and check it out. At the very least, the documentary is going to be crammed full of some amazing footage, and I can't wait to see more of it because the stuff we've already seen is totally mind-blowing as somebody who really loves and appreciates the history of all these toy lines that we really hold dear. So I want to give a very special thanks once again to the folks at Definitive Films for allowing me to show some of this stuff off with you guys. It's really cool kind of getting to get hands-on with these prototypes and see what they're doing. I definitely can't wait to see what the actual production figures look like. So I'll be following this just like all of you. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Again, as always, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. Until next time, my friends.